welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about weather. Weather can be a really fun unit, and you have so many tools that you're going to get with this. And we are going to be starting actually from this book, Even More, Picture Perfect Science. And it is the lesson on page 253 called What Will the Weather Be? And you're actually going to get both books, the nonfiction, What Will the Weather Be? And one of my favorites, Come On Rain. So, the way I like to start this unit is I actually read this one. This is the fiction, Come On Rain. And this book it's about this little girl dancing in the rain with her neighbors. And it has so many images that just, they can model their personal narrative off of this book, because it's about this little girl telling the story of when it was so hot and they danced in the rain. So that gets them thinking a little bit and putting the creative minds to it. So I'll start with reading that book. And then they will go around and explore all these really cool instruments. You are going to get the Weather Center that comes in this box. And it can be stored in this. There's 3 sections. You can pop them out into these cute little stands. But you're going to get a hygrometer, which measures water humidity in the air. You're going to get a barometer, which measures the air pressure in the air, and the thermometer that measures the temperature. You're also going to get a rain gauge, a weather vane, and an anemometer. So I have these all around the room, and they're going to be using their recording sheet that's actually in this book. And it's kind of a T-chart with each instrument, what they think will happen and what will actually happen. So after I've read this book, they'll go around and make predictions of what they think each weather instrument will do. On day 2, they're going to pull out their sheet again, and now they're going to be listening to what the instruments actually do.
So you'll read the book.
So I'll read the book,
taking notes,
and they are taking notes, and it goes over every single instrument that you actually have, that you get a set of. So once they are familiar with the weather tools, we're actually going to use them as we record our daily weather for the next week. And we're going to place these around the school. I like to bring my anemometer out to recess because they can really see it go. Even the weather vane. But you'll place them in wherever is a good spot at your school to take those measurements. And you can assign a group each day to check that weather tool. So they really like doing that because they get to actually see it.
That's neat.
Yeah. So also with the weather, we talk a lot about what's it called? Severe weather.
Oh, give me a hint.
We talk a lot about severe weather, and you're going to get a copy of Otis and the Tornado. Now, Otis is a series, so you could use this in your ELA block as maybe you're talking about all the Otis books. And this one goes great with a tornado because he goes through a little tornado.
Oh.
So that is a good book to include. And you're also going to get, we talk about how the sun can damage you, and you have to be safe with the sun. You're going to get these really cool UV beads. Now they look white. You're going to also get pipe cleaners, and they're going to make bracelets. I give them each like 5 or 6, and they'll make the bracelet and stick it on their arm. And you can talk about what do you think is going to happen when we go outside with the sun. And we go out and we test it, and they change colors in the sun because of the ultraviolet rays from the sun. But this is my favorite part. We go back in and we take sunscreen, and this is how you can talk about why sunscreen is so important for sunny days, because you're actually going to prove how sunscreen works. So you give them each a little dab, and they're going to, I tell them to split their beads, and they put sunscreen on like 2 of them, and then we're going to go out and test it again. Now if the sunscreen works, what's going to happen to 2 of the beads?
It would stay.
They would stay the same. The sun would not affect those 2 beads. So we go outside and we test it, and most of the time, unless they haven't rubbed their sunscreen on really well, the sunscreen beads will not change. So that's really cool to get them to actually see that the sun is harmful and can burn your skin. Some other things I like to do with the weather unit, weather skits. I love, Chris Justice in Greenville is great about having all these little lessons for students with weather. I like to have them come up with a weather skit on the daily weather, and they can record it.
Oh, that's cute.
Perform it for the class. Let's see.
Do Do you ever do a weatherman in your class?
No, we haven't done a weatherman.
Yeah.
You can invite the meteorologist, but you can also
Uh-huh.
have a weatherman. You can do, with severe weather, we do a lot of dioramas.
Mm-hmm.
They can make a diorama out of that,
Mhm.
and I think that's it for weather. So check out all these great books, lots of resources for weather.